Hi guys, Melissa here. I wanted to show you my progress on the squash patch. I'm about halfway done with the beds. I dug out 2 of them. As you can see, I probably saved about the worst for last because there's a bunch of goldenrods that's sprung up here. I love goldenrods, but I don't love them being here. So I want to transplant them, but I recognize that's another big job. So I'm kind of saving that last. I'm going to do that one last, so that way I could kind of transplant it. I wanted to put it over on the side of the fence over there, so yeah. That'll probably be tomorrow, or the next day. Depends on how I feel. So I have the logs here. They're all surrounded around. And then, after I dug out everything in between, I went over to my compost pile. Now I'm going to show you what I got here. It's kind of crazy and it looks nuts, but my neighbors are wonderful and they're letting me do it. So that's the oldest compost pile right there. And as you can see, it's from last year. It used to be a bigger pile and they get smaller. Now the best thing to use for that is pitchfork. I love my pitchfork. It works really well. I definitely recommend everybody get one if you're going to be dealing with stuff like this. It just makes it easier. So I took a bunch of compost out of my old compost pile because I plan on using this whole thing up for the garden beds here. And then I'm going to repile all the green material. You can see here I got eggshells, I got carrot shavings, I got leftover garden stuff. This is considered green manure. So I'm going to take this, and once I use up this pile, hopefully by tomorrow, I'm going to restack so I could do my compost pile properly. Now with that, it said you're supposed to have a proper mix of organic material, and then you also need your wood. So I did save a bunch of my branches. Instead of throwing them away, I saved them and I use them and I kind of stack it. So if you do different stacks of material, of leaf mulch or any kind of thing you got, and especially branches too, because you need wood. Wood is very important. And so yeah, so I took that, I put it here, and then I put dirt on top just so that way it would be a little bit easier for me to plant the seeds. Now hopefully this will help with water retention, and also because squashes and pumpkins tend to be pretty heavy feeders. So in all honesty, once I plant my squashes, a little secret I like to do, plant them in your compost pile. It kind of hides it so people can't see it there, and they love feeding off of it, so you're just going to have a bunch of vines all over the place on your pile and nobody will even know it's there. So there you go. I copied off of what I've seen in Kentucky. What they do, well, they got better sticks than I do, but this is what I had. So I took some sticks. Now I have a bunch of them from my elderberry trees, and they make lovely, really sturdy sticks. So I took the tallest ones I could find and the sturdiest ones, and I just placed them around, not too far out, but I placed them around the edge here. Now I'm doing that with the purpose of putting green beans there. Yes, so I want to have some Kentucky pole beans growing up them, which is nice. It just adds visual interest. It kind of holds itself up, which is neat. I mean, who doesn't like green beans in the summertime? But also, it also adds nitrogen, more nitrogen to the ground, so it feeds the soil. And then something I've also noticed when I grow squashes, they don't like too much sun, and this area here doesn't have any trees, so it gets a lot of sun. So I found when there's things that provide shade, the squash plants actually prefer it in the middle of the afternoon. They don't like too much heat. So yeah, I thought that would kind of help, and it looks cute. And I'm using my sticks. You know, I'm using everything on the property as much as I can and making it look pretty. Yeah. So that is my progress so far on the squash patch. I would say about half, well, in actuality not really halfway done, because I mean, if I did what I wanted, I would have this mulched over, so I wouldn't have to deal with all this grass. But that's after I get these guys put in. This is, you know, when it comes to your gardening, first things first. So yeah, these guys have to be done. I have to plant them within the next couple of days. So halfway through, and it's looking good. Looking good so far.